Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just having some camera issues. First of all, my light won't go on my camera. And second, is that right side up for you guys?
Yes.
Recording in progress.
No, it's backwards. Yeah,
No,
I'm not quite.
No, it's
Yeah,
right
it's backwards.
now. No, it's right for us right now.
Is it right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. That's bizarre because I'm looking at it and it's, you can't
Backwards.
read it because it's reversed.
Yeah.
Something very strange going on here.
Now it's upside down.
Yeah, see, the writing for me is, it's like there's something going on with my camera. Okay, well, if it's right for you guys, that's what counts. Okay, we got lots of work tonight. Did you get all your homework done?
I did.
Just about.
Just about. Just
Yeah.
about. I
had to have
know.
I had to have a medical procedure this week, so it put me behind.
Oh, no. That's not good. Okay, well, I'm going to go through and I'm going to, what I've got here are the ones that are completed and then the ones that we're going to put together on camera. So I'm hoping that we will get all of the cardstock inserted. So even if you just watch and then you assemble later,
Yeah,
that is good. Just gonna put me. And am I record? Yeah, it's recording. I just want to be sure. Okay, so folio number 1. So far we've got all of our folios like this made, and I asked you to mark each one and then to do all of your pieces, cut all of your cardstock pieces out and do the scoring. So I know the black is hard to see on camera. So that's why I want to have this one here as well, so that you guys can see everything. Come up a little bit higher. Okay, so on this one here, this one's really cute. So these edges are going, or these pieces are going to flip out, and then these pieces are going to flip up. So we've cut a total of 4 pieces. And then inside of here, I've got all the measurements and everything for the printed paper, but inside I took a mat. Now, if you've done all of your pieces, you know, you've still got a lot of cardstock left that you've cut. And those we're going to use for little mats like this and for little inserts inside the folios later. So what we'll do tonight is we will get all of these interactive pieces done. And then I'm thinking on Monday, what I may do is go through and tell you all the papers and the measurements of the printed paper, and then you can work towards that. I like the idea of breaking it down into segments like that, because then it's not so overwhelming, especially on a big project like this. So I have also, I mean, I've done this one. This one here is the flower garden, so I'll have all of the paper cut for that. And on the side, I'm doing the Alice in Wonderland one. So I've got 3 sort of on the go. For some reason, Dan, on my camera, it's showing it reversed, but they're seeing it clear, like they're seeing it the right side up.
Don't mess with it right now.
Okay, but my light won't come on either. Okay, so what we want to do, thank you. We're going to be doing a lot of corner rounding. I'm going to use my 1/2 inch on the corner rounding. It just finishes it nicer. You know, gives it I don't know, a nicer presentation. Now on these ones, because the flaps were kind of, you know, they flapped up, I did put a magnet under here and a magnet in here, but we don't need to worry about that until we get to the printed paper. So I did that on both sides. I put a little stamp there and then added that in. When I had cut all of my papers, the big sheets that had all these little stamps and sayings on them, I cut way too many. I think I cut 2 sheets and I didn't end up using all of them. Can you guys see both this one and this one? Or is it kind of cut
Mostly.
off?
Mostly.
Maybe.
It's a little better. Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to just slide that up a bit as I'm working with this one. Okay. So what I did off camera, because I didn't want to hold you guys up doing this, is I did my angles. You could see it against here. I cut my angles like where my scored piece is, just so that this doesn't stick out beyond our page, and it gives it a nicer finish. So before you install these into your folio, you want to trim both sides. And then I put the score tape on all of my pieces. So you guys aren't sitting here watching me do that. It's most important that you see the assembly. Okay, so what I'm doing first is I'm going to corner round all of the pieces, including the little flaps on the side opposite to the scoring. Make sure I'm about my 1/2 inch. So again, I'm using score tape and liquid glue. That way, if I have to move things, I can. And I'm also not relying on the liquid glue to hold everything together.
Kim, can you turn off your volume? Because every time you make a noise, it makes my screen go black and I can't see Heather anymore.
Is that better? Okay, so I've rounded all of these corners. Okay, and this is the outside of my folio. I'm going to go into the inside.
Heather, just for clarification, the email that you sent with cutting instructions were for all these inside pieces, correct?
Yes, they were.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it was for every folio. And you know, the funny thing about this thing is it didn't seem like quite such a big project when I kind of, one night I did like I'm doing with you guys, I sort of split it into nights and it was like, oh, it's done, once these little folios are done. So first I'm going to attach this on either side of here, like I have here. And then I'm going to put these inside pieces on. So I'm going to do that first, and I'm going to do the same thing on both sides. So where's my pokey tool? Get that going. Filled up my glue bottles and everything. I'm all set to go. Cleaned my tip. And it's jammed. I'll poke that. I just cleaned it and already it's okay. So on the one side, I'm going flush to the edge. Like that. And then getting it a good crease down like that. So that's the one flap on this side. And I'm doing the same thing on the other side, on the right side. Now on this side, you want to make sure that you don't come into your spine section. So just on that edge there. and lining that up. You just want them to be even Steven at the top. There we go. And that's down. And then these two flaps are going at the top and at the bottom. And you're going to see they're a little bit shorter than that section in there. So just leave the same gap on both sides. And then after, we're covering that inside piece with paper.
Excuse me, Heather, did you trim the corners of the small flaps as well?
I trim them all, yeah. And that
Okay.
way it just finishes nicer so that, you know, it's not overhanging at all.
Yeah, I can see it now. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, the black is hard to see. And just leaving a little distance on both sides and putting that one down. So you can see how these flaps don't want to stay closed. So that's why I decided that this one did need a couple of magnets on there. So we will do that later. Okay, so that's the one side, and I'm going to do the same thing on the right-hand side. And the top and the bottom flaps. So there's lots of little spaces, you know, for photos and stuff in here. And I was thinking, those of you that are doing the little one, when it comes to doing the tray in the lid of the box, what would be kind of cool is, you know, if you're giving it as a gift, once you insert that tray in, you really can't take it back out. So if you're getting it as a gift, you may want to leave that tray out for them to slide in later, and they could put like the baby's bracelet, you know, inside that little tray, or, you know, other things if they want, or not. You can, you know, completely finish it. But that kind of came to mind as I was doing it. I thought that would be kind of cool, because then when this child is older, you know, here they've got this beautiful keepsake for the rest of their life. Okay. And that is all we need to do for this one. And that's folio 1. So what I have done is I have marked out all the measurements of all the printed paper. So what I'm going to try to type that up so that you guys will have it ahead of time. And I've marked what papers I've used as far as this particular kit. I have not done it for the flower garden or for Alice, but using this as the sample, and I will have all of the garden one cut before we go to actually glue these pieces down. When it comes time to doing the, you know, the Zoom for putting the printed paper, you guys that are doing the little one will have all of the papers that I used. Those of you doing the flower garden or Alice we will just modify as we go. So what I'll say is, you know, let's use some paper out of our solids. Let's use some paper out of the 8x8, use some paper to the 12x12 and go from there. But as I said, because there were so many that were doing the little one, I wanted to finish that one first, but not to worry, we will get it all in good shape. And then this one has the tag on the front with the paper cut. And then these are little embellishments cut as well. So that's folio 1. Or am I okay to go on to 2? Are you guys all just watching right now? And yeah. Okay. Folio number 2.
I'm following along with you.
Okay. Are
I'm
you okay
cutting
to move?
along with you.
Okay, so you're okay to move on to number 2?
Sure.
Okay. So folio 2 looks like this. It's got 2 flaps that fold over, and then I've taken some of our leftover cardstock and put some printed paper on it. These sort of things you want to do at the very end because those were just leftover papers, and I thought, no, let's put one here, put one there. These don't need magnets. They held over very well. So we want to put these 2 flaps on. And again, rounding the corners. So they are all the same size. You've got 4 pieces the same size. So we're going to round those off. Now, when you put these in, and again, I've snipped them at an angle on the scored part. The top one is going right up to the top edge. The bottom one is going right to the bottom right edge. So they overlap. And then on the other side, the top one is going to the top right edge, and the bottom one is going to the bottom left edge. So they go like that. All right. So I'm just going to put those ones down. Wait till you ladies see the next project I'm working on. Oh my God. Well, it's finished already. I have to post it. It's with 49 and Market. It's the travel. Oh, Dan says, slow down, cowboy. It's so stinking cute. You're stinking cute? I don't think so. Maybe stinking, but not so cute. I'm talking to Dan in the background. He's interfering. Okay, and that one on the bottom. And the other side. Oops, forgot to put my liquid glue on there. Okay, and that is that one. That's number 2. Top and bottom. Top and bottom. Can you see it? I'm going to show you on the
Thank
beige.
you.
Okay, yeah, here's the beige one so you can see it easier. Top and bottom, top and bottom. Okay, give you guys a second. I'll take a sip of tea. That's the gas that keeps me going. Tea. All right. So folio, are we okay, girls? Do a thumbs up. We're okay. Super. Okay,
Another minute.
folio. Another minute. Okay. I'll just show the front of this one. This one is really cute. So what I did was I took some of the die cuts and I cut a little strip in the basket and tucked the little bunny in. It's so stinking cute. They are all cute. Stinking cute. There we go. Just want to make sure I'm focused. And again, I've used one of the tags and then some of the little blocks. This paper is just so adorable. Now on the inside of this one is just 2 pieces that we put down like this. Now, what I'm going to suggest that we do tonight is we're only going to put the top edge down so that, you know what? Let me think for a second. We're not going to put these ones down because I want the paper down first and then we'll stick these pieces down. So we're going to leave number 3 like that. We're just going to put those pieces back inside. And then we'll put the printed paper down. These are easy enough. They're really simple. We'll just slide them down after. So that's folio 3. So I'm going to tuck that away. Folio 4. So folio 4, again, I've got die cuts on the front and one of the little 3x4 cards. Now this is a waterfall. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 waterfalls here. Corner round everything, including the tab. And for this one, we can put the pieces down. So we will do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on one side, 4 on the other side. So I'm going to corner around them.
Heather, just because I haven't been able to do my pre-cutting for this, are you scoring
Yep.
at
Half inch, yeah. And it's all,
Okay.
it's marked on the instructions.
on the, yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, so it's a half inch. And it's good that you're watching the video now, Kim, and then, you know, you can play it back as you're putting it together. Doesn't
Yeah.
hurt to see it twice, you know, to
Yeah, I found it very
really-
helpful for the first part,
yeah.
for the, yeah, cutting and assembling.
Okay. Now I'm looking at this and it's a little bit longer than my section. And I'm not sure if when I was measuring, I was just off. Let me see. Oh, you know what? I think it's just that one piece. Let me find paper trimmer in here. My gosh, too much stuff on this table. I need my paper trimmer. Thanks, Dan. Yeah, one of them is off. So that one. So just make sure that it's going to fit and not hang over or hang over at the crease. So the first piece I had there was going to, don't know what I did. That would make it off, but so that is actually, what is that? 4.5. Yeah, it's definitely over. Just enough to cause a problem. Okay. All right, so I'm starting at the top. I like to turn it upside down and work from the top where I can see and then work my way down. So the first piece, if you've not done these before, get your first one down. Lined up with your top. There we go. And then when I open that up, I'm going to line up the next one with that scored, that tab that we scored. I'm lining it up there. And when I do, I also want to make sure that, you know, one is not off to the other, that they remain lined up. So when you put that one in, it then gives you, it's hard to see, but you've got that cascading waterfall going down. If when you're putting them down, it looks like one of them needs to be trimmed a little, don't be afraid to trim it off. And then the last one for this side. Oops. And then really burnish them well. After you get them down, I'm going to do the other side and then I'll flip it over to put the tabs on. Some of this garbage. Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to bore you guys with me you watching me putting score tape on all of these pieces. So it would just take a lot longer and it would be like watching paint dry. Mine is over a bit. What I'm going to do after, I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and from this side, I'm going to trim off so it's even. I'm going to leave it like that for now. Just make it a little cleaner. And the last one. Okay, so those are the two waterfalls. And then what I want to do is I want to take these tabs and they are going on the bottom so that they're going to come up, and this is where the other set of magnets is used, are right on here. So we can attach this piece on now, and then the magnets will go on when we do the printed paper. And we want to kind of figure out the center point. Where my centering ruler is. Eyeball, because I don't know where I put it. I'm not a very good person at eyeballing, but I don't trust myself. And there we go. And then that flaps over like that. And same on the other side. And that one's done. See, not so bad, eh? So it's going to be like this. They're both flip open and we've got our 4 pieces. Folio 4. Are we good? This is the front of folio 5. I like this. This was a die cut piece and I just slid a piece of paper in it. And then I used some of the embellishments. The butterflies are so cute. And then again, a tag on the front here. This one here has got 2 sections that fold out like this. And then these are like little pockets. Now, we will put these flaps on, but we're going to leave these off and then we'll cut our paper. Actually, I cut the paper after because I slid it in. You know what? We'll put it all together. So this one is not too difficult to do. So we've got 2 pieces that are like this that are folded over that make the little pocket on each side. And then we've got these pieces that are, see if I get these right. It's this way. Got my crease going the wrong way. So I want it to go that way. Okay, so let me just, and it doesn't matter which way your textured paper is because that's going to be covered completely with paper anyway. So what you want to do is this flap section here is going down on the edge. And then this will open up like that. All right, so your crease is on the right-hand side. This is open on this side. You'll see as soon as I put this down what I'm referring to. Okay, so my scored line is going right on that edge. Okay, and then if this was completely open, this folds over from the right to the left. So then we end up pulling it out looking like this. And then on that same page, we're going to put that little pocket there. So take the tape off the 3 sides. I don't like the way that's sitting. It's too high on the top. There we go. And burnish that really well. So I've got that pocket and I've got that little flap that folds over. I didn't put magnets on this. I did find it sat nice and flat after I had all the paper on it and I just kept burnishing it. It was fine. However, if you feel you want a magnet anywhere that I don't have one, feel free to do it. And I'm going to put the pocket on the other side. And that's going on that inside edge as well. Whoops, oops, oops, get glue all over. Like that. And then this flap, same idea. Whoops, that's going that way. And flipping out. So they both flip, pull out. And that's that section done. That's number 5 already. Are we good? You're all gluing away. Oh, my charm came up. Oh no, My charm came off of one of them. The charms are really cute too. The little pacifiers, the little baby boy, the little baby girl, the onesie, the baby bottle. So folio number 6, another cute one. And this one's really simple as well. It just has these 2 pockets, and we can put them on because all I did was I cut my paper a little bit longer and tucked it in. I didn't do a full size sheet. So it's just 2 pockets on the outside edges of this one. That's all that's needed on number 6. I'm just thinking as I'm working here, I think what I may do is take some pictures of the folios and send you guys some pics of them. Would that be a good idea? Especially with
That would
yeah,
be
it's got-
so helpful. So
Yeah,
helpful.
okay, so I'll do that. And then what I may do, if I'm going to do that, I may put together the flower garden one as well. And then I'll have all the measurements for you guys, but you'll know exactly what paper I used. And then at the very end, you know, the embellishments that I used, but I think it'll be easier to follow it along. So I will do that. I'll take pictures of I'm not worried about the back. The backs are always plain, but at least what the front looks like and the inside. So I will do that. Okay, so that was number 6, and it's just those 2 pockets. And what I did on the inside was I just took some of the cardstock and I put, you know, a trim of the paper along the top. You could put a full 4x6 in there if you want, or, you know, a couple of 3x4s. That's totally going to be up to you. So that's number 6. So tomorrow I'll take these with me to the store, and or tomorrow night I'll take all the pictures when I get back from the store. All right, so number 7, again, I put one of the tags on the front. And then these are the die cuts, and they've been popped up. And this one here, I put the extra die cut, or did I? Nope, that was part of it. So that's the little clock. Now this one is got 2 flaps here, and I did corner around them, and then the 2 pockets on each side. So again, you know what? That one, it looks like I went in further with the paper. No, you know what? We'll do it. Will be good to slide the paper in after. I want to try to get as much of that done as I can. Okay, so for your pockets on the left and the right side, you've got these longer pieces. that are going there. And then these shorter ones, narrower ones, we want to corner round them. Okay. And you can see all of these little spines all have paper on them as well. I inked this all with a very pale teal. All of the printed paper will be inked. So if I give you the measurements and tell you what paper to cut ahead, that will give you time as well to ink it. I'm a big inker. I'm a big stinker if you don't ink. To me, it just makes things pop out. Okay, so I get this one down.
Excuse me, what ink would you use to ink the flower garden paper with?
You know, you can use, there's a lot of that blue in there, or you can even use like a vintage photo.
Yeah,
Um,
okay.
You know, that would be nice. I'm just trying to see what consistent color is in there. Yeah, see, the colors change a lot from each sheet. So a vintage
Mhm.
photo would be really nice.
Sure, yeah, okay,
I love the
thanks.
smell. Sorry, I just had to sniff the paper. Just opened the package. It's about graphic 45 paper. Always smells so good. Yeah, so I will end up using a vintage photo when I do it. But this one here, I just found that had that little bit of green teal all the way through it. So I found that that was a good color to use on that one, on the little one. Okay, so I'm putting that pocket down. And the flap on the other side. That will fold over. It took me longer to figure out what papers I wanted to put into each folio and what embellishments than it did to actually make the, you know, the 12 little albums and the box. I sat there with all 12 folios out on the table, kept switching papers back and forth. So I think that's why I want to do the flower garden ahead as well. All right, so that's just going to flap open like that. And same thing on the other side. So the last 2 days I've been in the store all day. So by the time I get home after scooting around in the store on my one-legged scooter, I am exhausted. I could hardly pull myself up the stairs tonight and then get onto the scooter at the top of the stairs. So I have to come up on my knees or my butt going down. And both of those things hurt. Okay. Oops. Get that exactly where I want it.
Heather, what's the paper weight of this cardstock we're using?
I'm not sure. Let me see if it's marked. It's 216 grams. It's the packs of the American Craft cardstock.
So 260 GSM.
Yeah, 80 pounds.
Okay, thanks.
I find it good and strong, for these mini albums.
Well, I've made albums out of 110 cardstock, and that's pretty heavy.
Yeah. So that's folio 7 with the 2 pockets. Number 8. So this one's cute as well. They're all cute. So this one's got 2 flaps at the top. It's got a pocket here. So I put like a 4x6 on each side. I just put a trim of paper up there. And then it's got these little catch pockets on the bottom. So there's 3 pieces we actually need to glue on number 8. So you've got your big piece, the main pocket part, which is going to go down at the bottom. And then we've got, what do I have here? I think I may have cut too many. What did I do? Looks like I cut doubles. That's the flap at the top. That's the flap at the top. Yeah, I cut doubles at the bottom. No, I didn't. What did I do here? Just bear with me for a second. Looks like I did an extra flap on these ones. I don't know if I told you guys to cut 2 sets like this or not. Yeah, that's what I've done. If I've told you to do that, then we'll put one on top of the other and do like a 2-step on the bottom. Now, if you could see that, see? Kind of two steps. One's a little bigger than the other. I'll show you when we put it down. So let's put these big pieces down first. So it's going to line up right at the very bottom like this. So we'll do both sides of that first. Yeah, I don't know why I cut an extra set. Maybe they're for one of the other ones and I stuck it in that pocket. We'll know soon enough, but I'm going to use them anyway. Okay. The bottom. There. So both sides, that pocket. And I'm going to corner around the flaps for the top. It's not bad. We're an hour in and we're doing quite well here. Go. Okay. So if you have two sets of pieces for the bottom, what I'm going to do, there's two sizes. I'm not sure what I did. If you only have one, that's fine. If you have two, put the two down. So what I'm doing, I'm going to put the larger one down first. That's bottom. Like that. And then if you want, if you've got the shorter one, the only thing is, I think it's a little bulky. Yeah, it'll be fine. So the shorter one I'm putting on top of that one. So it's giving me two tuck spots. I'm just going to make sure I really burnish that well so it's doesn't feel so thick. There, so I've got one spot here, and then I've got a second spot here. There we go. And that one's complete. That was number 8.
Heather,
Okay.
what does the bottom pocket look like again?
So the original that I did only has the
Uh-huh.
one,
Uh-huh.
but on this one, I've got two. So I've got one a little larger than the other. If you only
Oh.
cut out one, I'm not sure why I cut out two, whether I measured wrong on the first one and I just threw it in there. If you have two, put two. If you only have one, just put the one.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. That was 8. Number 9. So again, this one's got die cuts on the front. Huge paper. The inside of this one is another easy one. It's got 2 pockets like this. And then I took 4x6 and put them inside there. So this one won't take long to put together. It's just got the 2 pieces. Pocket on one side, pocket on the other. And then we're on to number 10. So this one has got 2 flaps that we have that fold out from the main folio. So we're going to put those 2 flaps on first. We're going to leave these off. Let me think. No, let's keep it consistent. We'll put them on. Okay, so let's put the 2 large flaps. The 2 larger pieces are attaching to the left and the right sides. So let's put those ones on first.
Are they corner rounded?
They are not, because we've got these that are going on top. And because those are cut on that kind of an angle, it would look funny with them rounded. So they are not, to answer your question. Okay. Now, these two squares, let's just put them aside for now. And we're going to put the two pocket sections on the bottom on the main part of the folio. The two middle pieces. There we go. And then they flap over. These two pieces, trying to think of the angle I use. I think it was like that. It's my middle one. So this was 1.5. 1.5. Okay. So this one, using this piece that is going to be on the right-hand page, I want to measure in 1.5 inches. Go this way. 1.5 inches, not the part that's scored, but from that edge. So 1.5, I'm going to mark it white pen. I'm going to come down a little bit because that mark will show because I put a mat over the top of it. And then 1.5 inches from the other side. Tucked under. 1.5. And then we kind of want to join those two like this. And we're going to cut that section off. So I now have an angle that's the same measurement up here and the same measurement down here. And I'm going to stick that on the right-hand side. Like that, creating this pocket with an angle. And I should have a piece of tape right. Do I want to tape it? Did I tape it? No, I don't want to tape it. Just those two sides. Okay, and then on the other one, this way, nope. Yeah, I got my tape on the wrong side. Yeah, I can't turn it around. I have my tape on the wrong side on this one. The tape needs to be on this side. Because it's the reverse of the other. Okay, so they will be tucked in. Like that. So again, I'm going to measure 1.5 inches here. Put a little dot. 1.5 inches from the bottom. Put a spot and just connect those. You can also, actually that, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to measure it against the first one that I cut off. So I'm taking that triangle because this one is bigger than what I just measured. So I want them to be consistent. So I'm just going to put a mark down like that. Yeah, see, that was really off. So measure off your first one, put it off, and then use that as a template for the other side. There we go. That's better. And again, I'm sticking that down flush to the left side. So the trick is just to remember that you've got to reverse one of these to the other one. There, and that one opens up like that. That was number 10. All right. Number 11. And this one, it's got, what do we have here? I don't remember what I did. This is an extra piece on that side. So then we've got 3 pockets. So we have 1 pocket, 2 pockets there. And then we flip it over and we've got another pocket on this extra flap. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets on here. So the first thing we want to do is add on the extra piece onto here. Oops. Yeah. So we're going to add this piece onto the right-hand side to create that extra pocket on this side. Oh, I don't have tape on there. I didn't tape these pieces. Maybe I didn't think we were going to get this far. So that's going on the right-hand side. Now, this does have a little bit, it's actually got two score lines. They're like 1/8 of an inch apart because you're going to need that little bit of room because of it being thick. So just be aware that you do have two score lines there. So the first score line is what you are lining up with the edge, and then it's giving you like 1/8 of an inch, like a little gusset. There we go. Now, so what do we have here? You think about this one for a second. This piece is going down. So that piece goes down first. And then just see here what I got. 3, 4. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4. This piece gets tucked in. That piece. It's a little wide. Let me think about this for a second, how it's best to do this one. I want to have that one behind that one. My score line might be off a little bit. To fold it over more. Now, if you look at this, I've left too much on this bottom part here. You could have it so that it's folded over, but this hole here won't be as deep because, well, it's not going to be as deep anyway. What I want to do, I'm going to trim that off to just the 1/2 inch. I don't like that being long like that. Not quite sure why I left it long like that. So I'm going to trim that 1/2 inch off of that. It's too long. And I'm trimming it from the shorter edge. Okay. All right, so I need to trim off those edges. Now, I think the best way to do this is to line these up first. And I would come down. Let's tuck those in first. Then we'll stick that down. Okay, so on your shorter pieces, you want to just put your tape on to hold them closed. I'll do one here and then I'll go a little slower for the next one. Come on, tape. Okay. So the measurement on this piece is actually 1.5. So I would come down to like the 1 inch pencil. and tuck it like that. So it's tucked in there. And then fold this over. And then that whole thing like that. Can you see it? That whole thing will then be placed on the bottom. All right. So on this one, I marked down from the top to the 1 inch. I want to put tape on that so it's ready to go. Like that. I'm going to fold them over. And then this one, I'm going to fold the ends over. Going down to that 1 inch mark, I'm sliding it into the other one. Just like that. Now I'll take the tape off of there. Whoops. Of course, it's stuck to my fingers. Check on the front, make sure that's lined up again. And now I'm going to put my glue along the 2. Does that make sense? You got to do this 4 times. Failing that, what you can do is put the first one down. So if I put the first one down, like that, and then slide the second one in to that 1 inch mark, like that, and then just line them up. All right, so you could do it either way. I'll do the next one the way I just did this one. Whoops, a little bit too much glue there. All right, so for the next one, what I'll do to show you, I will put the tape on and I'll put that one down first. Might be easier to do it this way. Well, I didn't cut off my corners. Trim off my corners there. Okay. Fold it over. I don't know why I've got an extra piece of tape under there, but it's staying there. Okay, glue it. Stick it down. Little crooked. There we go. Okay, so your second piece, we want to make sure that it's going to fit in there before you get the glue all over it. Trim that off. So this piece I'm folding up like that, and I'm going to tuck it in, but it is going to be tighter doing it that way. I've got to fold this side over a little bit to make it fit. Otherwise, it's going to be too snug. And that should do the trick. So that's going to slide in like that. I want to make sure that I'm down the 1 inch. Okay, So that will work. I just want to put my tape on there. Bit of glue because it'll help me slide it in there. There we go. And measure my 1 inch. That's good. Perfect. Okay, so that's 2 done. Next one, right here. There we go. I'll just slide my tape on those. I usually use 1/4 inch tape. I'm using 1/2 inch right now. I like the 1/4 inch more. But I'm out and I meant to grab one at the store today. And I forgot. Okay. Tape off. Bless you. That one down. Let's see how this one fits in there. Again, it's just off ever so slightly. Score line over a bit. That'll be better. Okay, so now I'll take my tape off and slide this one in. Come on, get in there. There we go. Catching on the edge. So it's going to be stubborn. There. This one was a little difficult to get in. Not going down too far. This one's giving me grief, ladies. Oh, where was my bone folder? Caught on something. It doesn't want to go all the way down. Okay. And then the last one. Now, when I put this one in, I went over that gusset line. So I'm going to use my undo. I'm going to take it off because I want to shift it that way a bit, because you see how my cover doesn't want to fold over flat there, because there's two little score lines there, but this is over closer to the second score line. So I have to fix that. So I am going to leave mine like that. And then I will put my back piece on when I fix that. So I'm going to take some undo, slide it in there, lift that whole thing up and move it over. If you're not familiar with undo, oh, I gave Jeff my bottle. I got another bottle home. It's somewhere here. So undo, what that allows you to do is if you make a mistake like this, it's a oily base substance, and you go underneath and it lifts it up. It'll leave like an oil mark and you think, oh my gosh, what have I done? But when it dries complete. There's no marks or anything. And it helps you to lift things up without ripping your paper. So I am going to leave that because I don't like the way that one's folding on me. I'm going to put that to the side and we will do our last one because I'm sure you're all getting tired. But that's a good chunk done for us. Okay, so number 12. Zip to the back. What do we have in number 12? This is an easy one. Okay, so again, we've got a flap that's going up on both sides and a little tuck spot on the front of each of those flaps. And then in here, we have a pocket as well. So it won't take us long to do this one and we'll be done for the night. Okay, so these are not corner rounded either because we've got the pockets on them. So we want to put these pieces down first. And yes, they are shorter than your actual folio, and they are meant to be. So we'll get the tape off of there. Put this baby down. My bone folders on the floor. And it's not so easy to just grab things off the floor right now with this cast and everything. So I've put both flaps down. And then I'm going to put those little pockets, shorter pieces, on the top of that one. I don't know why I didn't have the tape stuck on my other folio. This one's done. Makes no sense, but then again, it's me. Okay. Let's see, some are getting tired and have left. That's okay, it's all recorded. And I will send you that recording. And you can save it to your computer or upload it or however you want, or just go back to the meeting number and watch it. Okay, so that one. Do the other side. and then flip it up, and we're putting the 2 pockets on the bottom on the inside. And then we're done. Well, I'm not done, but done for tonight. That is that. That's number 12 done. What do you think, girls? We okay?
Yep, amazing. It's just such a crazy project.
I love it.
Is. Yeah, it's going to be, you know, once you start seeing those papers on there. But it's so much easier to break it down into segments like this, you know, to give you guys a chance now to go back over the video and, you know, finish your pieces, and then, you know, we'll do the printed, and then it just doesn't seem so big. And then on the Saturday, anybody that's coming, what I'll do is I will leave the actual assembly of the box until the Saturday. But if we could get the folios done ahead of that, that's super. Then it's not, the actual box probably takes 2 hours to do. So you know, I'll touch base again and see who actually wants to come in and do it on location, or if you guys are still okay doing it on Zoom. Totally up to you. I will be at the store anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. But what I will do, I'll take photos of all of these, and then I will write out all the measurements now for the printed paper. So if you guys want to start cutting that ahead, you can. And then we'll probably do a Zoom on Monday, and maybe start to put the printed papers down to show you guys, and then, you know, see how far we get then. So we're moving right along. It's good. You all good now? Can we
Yes,
sign out?
thank you so much.
Yep.
You're welcome.
It's great. Thank you. I'm
Thank
glad you're
you.
feeling better.
Thanks. I'm getting there. It's going to be a while, but it's getting there. I'm back at the store anyway. That's the main thing.
Yeah, your voice sounds like it has more energy tonight than last week.
Oh yeah, it's exhausting though, you know, it's amazing. Like when you can't operate the way you normally can, it takes a chunk out of you. But we'll get there, stronger each day, of course. So have a good night, ladies. I will get that information to you, and as soon as the video is finished recording, or whatever it is they do in the background, when they send me the link saying it's ready, I'll send it off to you guys. Okay.
Thanks.
Great.
Have a good night.
Thank
Have
you.
a good night, everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thanks very much. Night.
Good
night.
night.